Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
Right, which is mainly metal music and live music. This episode might be a little long because what are we talking about?
We're going to talk about Headbangers Boat.
Yeah, this was the first Headbangers Boat presented by Lamb of God, their new cruise festival boat thing they're putting on.
Yeah, awesome. I don't know what it is, but it's cool.
Yeah, this set sail from Miami on October 31st, Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
A 4-day cruise to Nassau and then back to Miami. So we got back November 4th.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
4th,
right. Yeah.
Saturday the 4th.
Yeah.
Pricing wise, this was anywhere from, you could get cabins anywhere from $925 to about $30 or $3,000.
Yeah, that was per person, right?
I don't.
Or is that per cabin?
I think that's per. I don't know, honestly. I don't know how boats work. It says, per ticket. That's the note I have. So I think
it must have been per person.
So then you double that per person. So if we both went for the 900, it'd be
1,800. Yeah.
And if you did the 3,000, obviously 6,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just for the base price. Obviously, there's other fee like drinks and all that shit. Drink packages. That's what I meant by drinks.
Yeah, because you do the drink packages for like the soda, the coffee, and then like the alcohol and whatnot. That's an added price on top of that.
Excursions are added.
There's a few restaurants that are added prices as well.
Yeah. Oh, and then like a couple paid events on the boat.
And a couple paid events, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, your price could be whatever you make it.
Right. But that's just like the range for the cabin.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
and essentially a ticket to this festival.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hotel, transportation. Well,
transportation
kind of, yeah.
while you're like
on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
not like renting a car or something.
You still have to get the transportation down there, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I would have meant by like, you don't have to like rent a car or like do Ubers because you're on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, not bad really when you think about it for the pricing.
No, not at all.
I know when we talked about Power Trip, before even recording, but when we were just talking personally, it was, all right, we want to be in the pit. That's pretty expensive. Then we have to get a hotel. We have to get plane tickets out to California. This is going to get a little pricey for us. Yeah. We can do it. Sure, we can make this work if we want to. But I think my argument against it was, for that price, we could go on another cruise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe the Lamb of God one again, maybe Shipwrecked or 70,000 Tons, whatever. We could do a cruise for that price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which we hadn't. This is our first cruise we've ever done in terms of a metal cruise or music cruise.
Right. Right.
So it's like, I think I'm gonna super fucking enjoy that. So I think I'd rather. Yeah. Even though the lineup was amazing, the price tag was like, I could do a cruise instead.
Yeah.
So I would rather do
and have
that.
How many bands? We had like 15 bands versus 6.
Something like that. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. There's that. The Power Trip is what it was. I am kind of upset that we missed it, but at the same time, like, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. I was going to say with the room price, I know some people had like, because some rooms could sleep 4 people, which I think is supposed to be like 2 adults and 2 children, but many people had 4 grown adults.
Well, some people
in that
did,
room. Yeah.
Because you had 2, like the couch would turn into a bunk bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have a bunk bed and then the 2 twin beds.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you could make it what you wanted for the price of the cruise.
For sure. So let's quickly talk about how we found out about this. Do you remember? Because I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember 100%. I'm sure we saw it on Instagram or something, but I know it was a Lamb of God announcement.
Yeah, see, I kind of remember that too. I remember it probably being on Instagram, just like flipping through one day, which I'm not on Instagram that often.
I'm sure it was me.
But either you saw it or I saw it, I don't know, but it was like, oh shit, this sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Did they announce the bands right then, or some of them?
I think they announced some of the lineup, and then once tickets went on sale, they announced
the full
rest.
lineup.
Yeah.
Because I remember thinking, like, they announced it, Lamb of God's like, oh shit, that's gonna be fucking awesome. That'd be sweet.
That had us out right away.
Right, but then on top of that, it was Shadows Fall, a band I hadn't seen in fucking almost 20 years or something. Because I think I saw them. They were my second concert.
Oh yeah.
Ever in 2004.
Yeah, so it would have been like 18 years.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck, I want to see these guys again. I heard they were doing like reunions. They possibly are coming out with new music. Fuck, this is so awesome. I want to see them. So like, Lamb of God and then Shadows Falls, like, fuck, I'm sold right now. I need to do this. We were also on a cruise already, our very first cruise, when we found out about it.
Not when we found out about it, when we were, because we actually found out about it before we went on the cruise.
Okay.
and we did the whole not wait list, early buy-in.
Get your time, like
like
put your
we had
name
a
in for
slot.
a thing.
We had like a slot of like, a couple hours that you could buy in or something like that, or a day that we could buy in or something. I can't remember, but that happened when we were on our first cruise.
Right. Yeah. So it was we put our name in to get a time slot to buy before general admission,
like early
before
entry.
public sale,
like early entry type.
Yeah. And then we were on the cruise when our time slot was picked.
Yeah.
So we bought the internet package that day for that, so we could buy this.
Yeah. And I'm super happy we did.
Yeah, because it like sold out super quick.
So that was on a Tuesday. Our cruise didn't dock until Saturday. And I believe general admission went on sale Friday, and it sold out on Friday.
Okay, I don't remember how fast it sold out, but yeah, I know it was like super fucking quick that it sold out.
Yeah, and I know shit happened because I know you could join the wait list, and I know that cabins opened up from the wait list. So I mean, you could purchase after, but fortunately, we were able to buy the internet package or whatever, or mobile package,
like the internet package on our first cruise when we did that. Yeah,
so we could book, so we don't have to worry about that whole.
Right. Yeah.
Fingers crossed we get on the boat.
Yeah, I know they sent out the email not super long before the cruise started. I can't remember exactly how long, but like cabins are opening up. And we even talked to a couple at the pre-party that they were getting calls over and over.
Yeah.
That they didn't really know the number and didn't pick it up or didn't get a voicemail or something. And they eventually called like, hey, is there any chance we're going to get on this? And they're like, we tried calling you like 6 times because the cabin opened up. Like, oh, shit. Yeah, I'll take one if you have it. And like, yeah, we have one.
Yeah.
So they were able to get on it like 2 weeks before or something, which was super fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, we got back from our first cruise. A few days after we got back, we ended up getting a call from Randy.
Oh, yeah.
And it went to voicemail.
Yeah.
It was just a recorded call, right? Like,
no, Randy called you personally.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Just for you.
I still have the voicemail, so if I can pull the audio off, I'll throw that up here.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, hey, we're going on a cruise. We got fucking Guar to be on the cruise. Got Shadow's Fall coming out of retirement. It's going to be fucking awesome. If we see a Disney cruise, which was our first cruise we were on, we're going to fucking storm and take over that boat. Like, it was an awesome little bonus.
I liked it because he mentioned, fighting the Disney cruise, and it's like, oh shit, we were on a Disney cruise when we booked this.
Yep.
What's up, Headbangers? It's Randy from Lamb of God here. Just hollering at you to personally thank you for officially joining us on the very first ever hell-raising Headbangers boat hosted by us. So we're just beyond stoked to melt your faces off out there in the middle of the damn ocean. I mean, it's going to be crazy in general. There's going to be whale mosh pits, all sorts of shit like that. But we're going to be out there with Mastodon, Hatebreed, Guar, Shadows Fall. Got Guar on a boat. Just think about that. Guar on a boat. When the Disney cruise next door looks over and sees Guar just decapitating shit, it's, oh my God, does it get any better than that? No, it doesn't. So anyway, we're going to be out there with Guar, Shadows Fall, God forbid, just a whole bunch of other bands that you already know. So we're super stoked, and it's kicking off on the best night of the year, So we're going to see you on Halloween 2023 in Miami, Florida, when we set sail and all hell breaks loose on the Headbangers boat. See you there.
Fuck, what was I going to say?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So like that was super cool to get that voicemail for sure. There was also, we were talking about selling out so quick. I remember they threw up a added bonus that if you bought before the end of the year, before New Year's, into the boat, like put your deposit down, you got a free photo with Lamb of God. Yeah. And it sold out like instantly. It was like, oh, you guys didn't think you were going to sell this, so this was like an added perk or something? But yeah, it sold out super quick, and so you got to do that. So.
Everybody got to do it, yeah.
Well, I don't know for
that's true.
The ones that opened up how that works.
Yeah.
My assumption is they didn't get it.
I don't know. Maybe they would have just said like, everybody can do it now.
Yeah, I don't know.
It seemed like everybody was doing it, so.
But we touched on the lineup. We didn't go through the entire lineup.
Let's go through it. Yeah.
We started with Lamb of God, as we said. Next on the bill, we have Mastodon, which was fucking awesome. Then Testament, Hatebreed, as I said, Guar, Municipal Waste, Shadows Fall. Fucking super excited to see them. God forbid, Lacuna Coil, Gate Creeper. Then we get Fit for an Autopsy, Violence, Malevolence, Bleed From Within, and Dying Wish wrapping it up. Hosted with Jose Mangan, Ricky Ratman, and then obviously Jamie Josta was there too because he was there with Hatebreed, but he was doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was really cool. But yeah, super fucking awesome lineup. I didn't know all of these bands, honestly. Like I said, Shadows Fall and Lamb of God sold it for me. Mastodon also, like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. We'd never seen Testament, so I was excited to see Testament.
We had never seen Testament, so yeah, that was super cool too. Guar we've seen a few times. It is what it is. Like, we're not a fan of the music. I love the live shows. They're a lot of fun. I do. They're a lot of fun.
Maybe I like a couple minutes of it, but it gets old quick for me.
Yeah, Lacuna Coil, again, we've seen them. Gate Creeper, we saw them at Milwaukee Metal Fest, but not before this.
Not before. Yeah, we didn't know who they were before Milwaukee Metal Fest. So when this was announced, we didn't know who they were. But fun fact, in our Milwaukee Metal Fest episode, we shared an elevator with them.
We did. That was super cool.
So.
And then a bunch of other bands we hadn't heard of. Bleed From Within, Dying Wish. So, like, super excited to go find out about a bunch of new bands. Because, again, we don't listen to the music before going. We want to
go in blind
and have the live experience be sort of what, like, our judgment of the band is, which we've talked about. We go back and forth if we like that or not.
I know.
I don't know.
This was fun. Because, like, going in not knowing all the bands, we knew like 5 of them probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like going in without knowing all the music, it was fun just to be with everybody else and
go to a stage and just be like, holy fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of setting the stage for what this is. Taking, I don't know if we said the ship, Norwegian Pearl.
Yes.
NCL Cruise Lines, the Pearl ship they have. Super excited. We've been looking forward to this for a very long time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's just basically a huge festival on water.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
like a camping festival. We've never done a camping festival, but it's like if the festival was at a hotel, like in a convention center,
right.
it's like that instead of having to go to your tent or something.
Yeah, or have to drive back to a hotel or whatever. Like it's all just right there.
It was a lot of fun for sure. We flew down Saturday before or the Sunday before?
Monday before.
It left on Tuesday?
It left on Tuesday.
Okay.
We flew down Monday. Yeah.
Okay. We flew down Monday, it left on Tuesday. All right, yeah. And then we stayed in Miami that night because that's where they left from.
Yeah.
Highly recommend if you've never done a cruise, either a cruise or a metal cruise or a music cruise or whatever, just go in the day before.
Yeah.
Don't chance like the airplanes and all that shit.
Yeah. Like, because our last cruise, we did go in the night before, but we didn't get there until like 2 a.m.
Right.
So, I mean, you risk, if you're taking like an early morning flight or something, you're risking it. So.
But because we flew in the day before, also, they had a pre-party that we were able to go to.
Yeah.
This was at Blackbird Ordinary, I believe.
Yes.
It was, I think, like a $20 ticket fee or something to get into the door. It was...
could you buy tickets the day of, or were those...
I would assume so.
Okay. I didn't know if you could, or if they were like sold out or something.
I don't know if they were sold out or not. I would assume so. So the pre-party was a DJ set by Jesse Leach of Killswitch Engage and Goddess Purple, putting on a show for everyone at the pre-party. And
she's a pole dancer.
Yeah, pole dancer. Yep. And it started at 6, I think the ticket said.
Yeah.
It didn't actually start until
8 or after.
Because we got there a little after 6 or something like that.
Yeah, like we got there probably like 6:30, 6:40, and I thought we were like late. But I mean, we're not in that type of crowd where we're like in the clubs and stuff. Like, I'm sure maybe that's like a common thing to have things start way after the announced time.
I don't know. It was kind of confusing on when it was supposed to start. Like, I don't know if that was doors or what. But it was a lot of people sort of buying drinks and just sort of hanging out in their little groups and mingling a little bit.
It reminded me so much of a high school dance or like a middle school dance when like you're all just there and like hanging out in your little pod.
Yeah.
And you don't really like do anything.
And then they had like this hodgepodge horror movie murder.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
medley
that.
going on from like all different horror movies and just little 2-second clips or some shit. But it did eventually start. It was fine. It wasn't super fucking great. It was just fine, I thought.
Yeah. I would agree. I mean, I've never been to a DJ set, so I don't know what it's supposed to be. I guess we went to one because we went to a birthday party that had a DJ. But to me, it was kind of like, this is my favorite song, so I'm gonna push play. Like, I don't know DJ sets. I don't know how it's supposed to be, but
I think there were a little bit of like technical difficulties going on as well. I remember there being like Jesse would like say something into the mic and he's like, I can't hear anything coming back to me. I have like no feedback.
Oh, okay.
I'll come back in a second, guys. And then he like worked with the team to like get shit working again. So I do think there was a little bit of technical difficulties going on at the beginning for sure. The other thing is they also put on a set on the first night of the ship as well. The late night set in the atrium, which we'll talk about a little bit because we stopped by there. That set though, I did enjoy a lot better than
it wasn't
set.
As like,
yeah,
I like this song, so
it flowed a lot better.
Okay.
This one was sort of like, here's a song, play another song, play another song. Fuck it, we'll just jump into it now. The atrium set on the boat was on Halloween, and when we kind of rolled into the crowd, he had transitioned into the theme for Halloween, which then transitioned into Bloody Kisses from, I think it was Bloody Kisses or Black Number One, whatever. It was from Bloody Kisses of Typo Negative, right? And I was like, holy shit, this song is the definition of Halloween. Like that album, at least the first 4 tracks, is like, when I hear that, I instantly think of Halloween. Plus the Halloween theme song, my favorite horror movie of all time, melding into that, like it flowed really, really well. I love that bit. And I do feel like it flowed better and just felt better during the boat set for sure.
Yeah.
But we did talk to a few people as well, and they're like, it was fine.
Yeah.
We hung around for about an hour or so, and then just sort of like, all right, we're tired.
After it started. Yeah, we probably stayed till like 9:30 or 10. So we probably were there for like an hour and a half after it started. Yeah. After the music started.
I mean, I was worried because we got there, as you said, at 6:30, so we got there a little after those doors are the set time on the ticket, and I was afraid we were gonna miss stuff. Knowing that we had a couple hours, we could have explored Miami a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I do wish we would have known that and we could have done that instead, but whatever.
And then showed up at like 8:00.
Yeah, something like that. So, but whatever. It is what it is. I still had fun. I still enjoyed myself. Toward the end when we were leaving, people were sort of getting a lot better, not better, but like more out of their clicks, and you'd walk by and you'd hear people like,
that's true.
Oh shit, that tour was awesome. Oh my God, that was awesome. And that's sort of how the couple we ended up talking to was like, they were looking at your shirt, your Avatar shirt, and like, where'd you see them? We saw them here, and we started like clicking on that and talking about that.
Yeah.
But again, that was a little bit later after people had a few more, I guess, drinks in them to loosen them up. I know I definitely need that. So, but yeah, that was the pre-party. We went back to our hotel, fell asleep, and then
got up early
to go to the boat to board it.
Yep.
So when we did our first cruise with Disney, we took an Uber from our hotel to the port where we get on.
Yeah.
And I guess boarding. Yeah, it's called boarding.
Yeah, to board the ship. Yeah.
And the line for the Uber to get in to drop us off was fucking insane.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes to 45 minutes probably.
So this time around, we're like, we learned from this. We're gonna go early.
Yeah.
And avoid that and just avoid it. So we get an early boarding time. We needed to be there at like 10:30 or something.
10:30, yeah.
Was our check-in time.
Yeah.
And we get an Uber from our hotel. We drive up, and there's like no traffic whatsoever once we get to like where the ports are.
Yeah.
And he's just driving and driving and driving and takes us down this way to like one of the terminals and just gets to the end and like stops and is like, I don't know. And it's like, we don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know if he spoke much English, but he just kept saying, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we're like, that's fine. We'll get out, get our luggage. It's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah, like we'll figure this out.
So we get our luggage out. He drives off. We start looking at our phones and like the NCL app to figure out like what terminal we need to be at. I couldn't find it listed anywhere on any of the documents we had, any of the websites.
I couldn't either from what I looked at. So
the address on the Headbanger website, that's where we got the address for where to go. And I don't know if the Uber was just taking us to like the front door or something.
I think so. It might have been like the address is on Headbangers is the address of the port.
Yeah.
But then I think you're supposed to give like the terminal.
What terminal you needed to be
And
at.
we didn't know what terminal it is.
So whatever, we're trying to
Somebody's
figure it out.
Somebody's going to comment and be like, you guys are dumbasses. It was in this email or this document or something.
Yeah, well, whatever. Because when we're looking this up, another Uber pulls up and 2 more people hop out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And luckily he had like a little bit, he had like a metal shirt on, and I was like, are you guys going to Headbangers? And at first he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, I'm just joking.
yeah, and we just started walking. We're like, we were pretty sure the boat's down this way
Yeah.
because
Because we saw it coming.
Yes.
We stayed in South Beach, I think. So we saw it like coming to the port.
yeah.
And so I was like, I'm pretty sure it's back that way.
And there weren't no more terminals where we were at, so it's like we have to go that direction anyway. Like there's no other direction.
Yeah, like no terminals were open. Like there was terminals, but there was like no activity, no boats there.
So fuck it. The four of us start walking. We're chatting up, having a good time, just getting to know each other.
They were from Portland.
Portland, yep.
I don't know their names, but they were from Portland.
We did not.
I remember where people were from. I don't remember people's names.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, we were walking down a little bit, and then we find like these couple EMS guys in their truck, and they like stop and like, what are you doing here? Like, where are you going? And we're like, oh, we're going to Headbangers boat, Norwegian. And like, oh, that's down that way.
Yeah.
And like a third one comes out and just asks like, where are they going? And he's like, Norwegian. And he just starts laughing. And he's like, he turns to us and is like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but you had a long walk. It's half a mile. Ended up being more of a mile and a third or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't half a mile.
At least a mile. Yeah.
So we walked. It was hot, got sweaty, whatever. Whatever. It is what it is.
Whatever. Yeah.
Drop our bags off at the porters, go up, check in, and just wait and wait.
Yeah, because even the security process was really easy. I don't know if both cruise lines that we've taken, Disney and now Norwegian, do it a little bit differently. Where like Disney is kind of like you're with one person, you put everything through security. Like it's not like a long line or anything. You wait to be called sort of thing. It's more personable, I think. Where this was kind of like wait in line to put your bag through like an airport security. And then you wait in line to get your passport checked and get your room key. And then you're just put out into this lobby area.
Yeah, a lobby like
a airport terminal kind of, where you're just sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
So we got there way too early. We eventually got on the boat.
Yeah, because they started boarding a little bit after 11:30. So if we got there a little bit before 10:30, I mean, it probably took us 30 minutes to walk.
I think we got into the terminal, our terminal, around, I want to say 10:45.
10:45. Okay, that makes sense.
We ended up waiting for maybe 45 minutes or so before they started letting people in.
Yeah.
And then once they started calling numbers, it was only like a half hour or so before our number.
Yeah, it went really, at first I thought it was going to go really slow because between 1 and 3 was like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. I think we were number
15, group 15.
15. So, I mean, we were still pretty early on the numbers because I saw some people who were sitting down that had like 28. But I still thought it was going to take a lot longer because between 1 and 3 took so long.
Those first few did take a little bit to get in.
Yeah. But it was really fun because like every time they called a number, even if it wasn't yours, everybody cheered.
Yeah.
Like everybody was super excited to get on the boat. And I mean, we were all excited to get on the boat, but
yeah, exactly. Once we're on the boat though, there really wasn't a whole lot to do.
No.
We got a few drinks and just sort of wandered the ship. And yeah, that's really about it. Because you didn't have your rooms yet. Rooms weren't going to be available till like 2, I think they said.
2, yeah. And I think it was right at like 2:01, my watch said, I think, when they made the announcement that the boat was ready or the rooms were ready. So, but that doesn't mean you get your luggage at 2:01.
Right, yep.
Yeah. So we did go get the buffet.
We stopped by the buffet, had that, got a couple drinks, wandered the ship, and then found a spot and just sort of hung out until rooms were open.
Yeah.
But this was a good time for us to explore the ship and find out where all the stages were and how it was all set up and designed. So why don't we talk about that for a little bit, how all that was sort of set up.
Yeah, because that's one thing, even with like a regular festival or even like this, like a festival on water, you get like the lineup or the times at like certain stages, but like if you don't know the environment, you don't know what that means.
And that's something we like doing anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's like going in early and just exploring. Like if they have a preview night, Rockfest this year had a preview night.
Yeah.
And we went there to hang out and listen to the music for a little bit, but also just to understand how it was set up and where things were.
Yeah. Yeah. That way when it, like, especially if there's a band that you want to see at a certain time, it's like you're not spending time walking to that band. So
also, I mean, leading up to this, we were really excited. So we watched a lot of fucking YouTube videos of this particular ship, of people reviewing it and like talking about how it was set up.
Not as a concert ship, but as
there really wasn't
just
any.
a regular, just as a regular ship, But I can't remember what stage we saw for. I'm sure it was the main stage.
The atrium was actually the first thing we saw.
Oh, right,
you
right,
walk
right.
into
you
the
walk
atrium.
into it, yeah. And that was on 6, 7.
7, yes, because we were on deck 8 for our room.
Yeah, so you just had to go up one.
Exactly. So the atrium has this sort of grand staircase with this just double staircase that goes up to the 8th deck, which is actually O'Sheehan's bar and grill.
Yes.
So that was our deck, and that's where we would often walk up to our deck and then walk to our room, which was pretty not far from there.
Yeah, and I think it is pretty central on the boat. So like
definitely midship.
You can kind of know where to go from there. So
couple shops, like the guest service centers were there as well. And then I think behind there was the photo booth, not the photo booth, but where they take like professional photos and you can buy those.
Yeah.
We didn't find it until like the next day or something, or a couple days later. But on the opposite side of the ship, that's where Randy's photo gallery was. I assumed he would have taken over that one and not the other one.
Oh, you did say that before, like when we watched like the YouTube videos. You're like, I bet that's where Randy's photos are going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also have an art gallery, so that's I think where he took that over. And then what was behind there? Was there a restaurant or something? I can't honestly remember.
Behind what?
Behind those photo booths. Not the photo booths. The art gallery and the photo gallery.
On either end is a stage.
No, we had the map. You can look at that.
Yeah. Because you have Bliss Lounge.
Oh, right. Bliss Lounge.
And then Stardust on the other side.
Bliss Lounge, there wasn't anything going on. That's where the bowling alleys and everything were.
I think that, didn't they have like...
Sorry, going on in terms of like music. They had. I think that's where the karaoke was. We never went in there, honestly. Outside of the photo opportunity with Lamb of God, that's where we went to check in, I think. And they took you down to that restaurant, the Summer Palace, on the next deck below.
Right.
But other than that, we didn't go into any of the events that were going on at night, which could have been like the comedy and the karaoke and stuff, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Do we even talk about the atrium stage? Like,
we didn't know. Yeah. Talk about that.
Because it was, I don't even know. I think that they always have like a screen there from the videos that I remember. So I don't know if that's the same screen that they used for this or not, but it basically just said Headbangers, and then they put a stage out, and then they just had black curtains on one side by Starbucks, and then you had the bar on the other side. And then it was just an open floor, basically. Yeah. So, which was really cool because there was no barrier either.
Yeah, none of the stages outside the main stage had a barrier.
Yeah, so you could get on the stage. I mean, you couldn't get on the stage, but you could get right up to the stage.
Exactly. Yeah. We've been to small, like, few bar shows and whatnot that they're like that. And those are really cool and like really very intimate.
Yeah.
And that's how like all these stages outside of the main stage, I think they had an actual.
Yeah, they had a barrier. Yeah.
Rail.
And then Stardust, which is on the opposite side. So Bliss Lounge was on one side where the karaoke was. On the opposite side, what's that? The forward of the ship?
Yeah, the forward.
I don't know the terms. Whatever. Was the Stardust Theater,
which is a 2-story theater.
Yeah. So and it's like a common theater. Like if you have ever been on a cruise ship, it's like where the main show is.
Yep.
So it's like the seats and like the stadium seats or not stadium seats, theater seats. I guess. And then they had like seats that came off the side and everything. So. But we think that they may, because we were watching other videos, and they may have taken out a couple rows of seats.
So the floor
to have a floor.
Yeah, the floor on that one had it's like stadium style seating where you have one level where your seats are, then like a foot riser or something, a step riser, and then another level, and then so on and so on. And yeah, those first 3 rows were gone, but they had like metal bars blocking them.
Yeah, because were there steps there then? I never went down there.
There were steps,
okay,
yeah.
That's probably why the metal bars are there, to make sure that you don't tumble. But so that was really cool too, because again, that stage, you could be on the stage. It was really cool.
So then that atrium level, all the way on the forward side of the ship, that's where the Stardust was, but that's the top level of the Stardust. The bottom level was on the 6th deck, right below it.
Yeah. So you could enter on both of them.
Yep.
And then right outside the 6th deck entry was the casino.
Yeah, you walk through the casino.
And then right on the other side of that is the Magnum stage.
The Magnum stage.
Which is just the Magnum bar. So like if you're watching.
Or like is that why?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So if you're watching anything about the ship, that's where.
And that's where your smoking lounge was, your cigar lounge.
Yep. And that stage was very intimate as well. Like it's a very small area. And then the stage and then the ceiling was just enough for a human body to stand.
Yeah, I don't know which one's small. I think this was the smallest stage.
I think so, yeah.
Spinnakers, which we'll talk about here in a second, was pretty small as well. But yeah, I think this was the smallest one. I remember I can't remember who it was. Maybe Bleed From Within. I don't remember who it was, but I remember standing there and being like, it'd be fucking awesome if Lamb of God played this stage. Like,
You always say that, like Lamb
how
of God,
fucking cool would that be?
like they would put on the same show no matter what stage they were on.
But then I was like, there's no way. Like, you can't do that because everybody would be here and you can't fit that many people in this area.
No.
So I get it. I do. But I do remember seeing like, oh shit, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. And it did have, so from the 7th floor, it had there's a hallway that's like kind of like a catwalk type thing that you can see down.
Because there were more restaurants up there,
Because there's restaurants up there. There's like the sushi and
the
Lotus Garden.
Lotus Garden and like the
Tapenaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Japanese
yeah.
Food. But what I was gonna say is like from that catwalk, like people would stand up there, but if you did, you could only see like half the stage or a quarter of the stage.
Yeah, you had to be like all the way back, I think, to see like down by the staircase if you wanted to get a decent view of
the
stage.
actual stage. Yeah, but that stage for me was really hard to see no matter where I stood, except for the day that I stood. I think it was for Bleed From Within, and I stood kind of like on stage left, like up to the front.
Okay, over by the casino entrance, not by the cigar lounge.
No, stage right,
okay.
yeah, by the cigar lounge. And it was only, I think, because like it was just an angle that I could see. Otherwise, like if you were in the back by the bar or like in the middle by the bar or like in the middle, basically, I just personally couldn't see anything because the ceiling's so low and it like just blocked my view. But that's just me personally.
Also, the Magnum's bar, you mentioned that it was a massive bar. And like lounge seating on the other side.
Yeah.
We didn't really sit in those lounge seatings, but it would have been
sat anywhere.
But it would have been really cool just to hang out there and like listen to music.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the stage from way over there.
Yeah, but you could still just hang out and listen.
Yeah, but it would have been fun.
Yeah. And then past that was another little lounge area.
Was there? I can't remember that.
Yeah. It's where like there was only chairs and stuff when you're walking.
Oh, I think that's the same spot I'm thinking of.
Spot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other stage was on deck 13.
Deck 13,
Yep. So that was for Spinnakers. Yep.
And that's at the forward of the ship as well. Wraparound windows almost. Not, I think, on the stage side, but like on left and right.
Yeah, on both sides, yeah.
Just floor to ceiling windows that you could see the ocean really, really well.
Yeah.
Another massive bar up there, too.
There were seats, but they were, like, some of them were facing... Because it's basically that area of the cruise would be used for like a trivia or like when
comedy or something.
The comedy or like the adult nights where they like do the.
Because the floor is like an actual dance floor too.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the stage may have been built in. I don't think they brought that stage in. I think it was built into the ship.
I bet you're right.
And
so entertainment's normally there.
Yeah.
So, but just how the chairs were set up, it wasn't always cohesive to seeing the stage. If you were in the chairs that were like in the little round thing, probably fine.
Yep.
The floor was pretty big.
It was a decent sized floor.
But then the lounge chairs on the
sides,
by the windows were like 1, 1, 1, 1, and they were facing each other. So it wasn't the best for seeing the band, but
I'm surprised people didn't pick them up and like just turn them around.
Oh, people did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
okay, I didn't see that.
They were coming back and like churning them.
Oh,
again,
were they?
So,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, there was not bar seating, high top seating as well around the bar or around the stage.
Not around the bar, but you get the bar, then like a little walkway, and then your first rail. There was bar seating right there, and then you go down to the next level for like your lounge seating type stuff. Yeah,
that is one thing. At all these bars, there was no bar seating. They were just like bar. Like I'm sure that on a regular cruise there might be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is the bar at the end of the boat. I guess that's aft of the boat.
Listen to us as not knowing our boat terms.
Outside of the cafeteria area, the food.
right, that one did.
That bar, right?
But none of the stage bars did, which kind of makes sense, so that you're not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like they were all just walk up.
I can't remember.
You couldn't like sit at the bar, so.
And then the only stage we haven't talked about was the pool deck, the main stage.
Oh, right.
So deck 13 leads you out to like a little deck 13, like sun deck area.
Yep.
That you can walk out to, passing a bar, going aft toward the aft of the ship, and you're in this like balcony area looking down onto deck 12, which is where the main pool is. They normally have 2 pools and I think 4 hot tubs.
I think so, yeah.
One of the pools and 2 of the hot tubs are covered because the stage takes over part of that. And there's also the videos we were watching showed a outdoor food area where you can get food.
Yeah. There's like a buffet outside.
Yeah, buffet area.
Yeah.
That was closed down because the stage was blocking it and whatnot.
Yeah. They had one corner open for the drinks.
They did, yeah.
For like wine and
the beer
soda.
and wine bar.
Yeah, the beer and wine bar. But otherwise, for the big pool, that's where the stage was, and they covered that with like green lawn.
Yeah.
But you can there's still the step of the pool,
Yeah.
or like the what is that? What
Well,
that
yeah, they
called?
both have like the step down into like a not even knee high, like an ankle high water area that you then walk to the deeper end of the pool, and you can like sort of sit there on that ledge and sort of hang in the water. But that thing is like to sort of step over to keep the water in, like the little barrier. I think is what you're talking about
Where?
for the pools. That's what.
I was talking about for the stage or for the
other pool had it too, and they put the tarp on it or the ground on it, but that lip that you have to step over to get into the pool was still there for that.
That's
one.
exactly what I was trying to explain.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain. So like that's still there. So it's not like they cover it at
that level.
So there's like a little step into this pit area.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, that's what I was trying to explain too.
Yeah, I was just trying to add on top. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I think we confused each other.
Do it all the time. And then down there also on 12, there's plenty of other seating along the edge on either side with a few temporary bars put up to serve people.
Yeah. And I didn't realize until the last day when they had all those moved that those were just temporary bars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, these aren't normally here. So
yeah, I can't think if there's anything else on the boat that we would have seen, or like there's not anything that we did. There might have been other things, but I don't think we experienced.
Yeah, and we didn't experience like the restaurants and stuff. We didn't do any of the.
We didn't do any of the restaurants.
We only ate at Ocean's in the buffet.
Yep.
Mainly because we didn't want to miss music.
Mainly because the reservations didn't start until 5. And
yeah, they went from 5:30 to 9:45, which there's always a band playing, and I'm like, for us personally, we didn't want to take say an hour, even 30 minutes, but probably an hour out of our night to have a dinner.
The Asian fusion one maybe would have been good
if you were right over it,
or even not right over it, because you're hearing the music.
You could
at least hear it exactly. I don't know about the other restaurants if you could as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was the main reason we didn't try any of those out for sure.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's about it for the boat tour.
Our lovely explanation of go to this end.
Yeah,
this
it's
end,
very
this end.
disjointed.
Yeah. Just look at a picture of the boat. What's next?
Well, we get our room. We drop our backpacks off because we brought backpacks on.
Yeah.
We checked all of our luggage.
Which honestly, I don't think we even needed our backpacks.
No.
Well, we needed something to put like our passport in.
Yeah, maybe we could have done like just one backpack or a small like shoulder
Sling
bag or something.
Yeah, something.
Or even not, like, I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't want to carry my passport in like my pocket. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I had no problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just like a little sling bag, but they do say to take a carry-on.
Yeah, I mean, if you are going to change and get in the pool, which again,
true.
you could be doing that
That's
during
true.
this time. We didn't. That makes sense. But I think in the next time, if we do something like this, I'm not bringing a carry-on with me.
No, I don't think so either.
It's because I just get hot lugging it around.
Yeah, I was so tired of carrying it by the time our room opened up. And plus you're going through, like we went to the buffet at like probably like 30 minutes before our room opened.
It was before that. It was like the first thing we did on the ship, because then we hung out in
because you went and got a beer and stuff.
Yeah, we hung out in that bowling alley lounge.
Yeah,
with a bunch of people.
But anyways, we went to the buffet, so everybody's trying to walk through the buffet with bags on. We put ours on a table, but and one of us went and then the other person went. But yeah, it's you do you, but I don't think we would need it next year.
If you're swimming, definitely.
Yeah,
for a change of clothes and whatnot.
If you need a change of clothes or something like that, yes. Or sorry, now I feel like we're going way too much into it. If you have medication or anything like that, yes. For us, it was not needed.
Definitely. But yeah, we stopped by the room, dropped our shit off, didn't have our luggage yet. We did bring costumes because this was Halloween. They did costume night, but ours were in our luggage. We didn't have our luggage, so it's like, fuck. All right, whatever. I did see a lot of people come onto the ship in costume.
Yeah.
So if the theme night is when you're getting on the ship, that makes the most sense. Or again, in your carry-on with you, we could have done that if we had thought about it.
We could have done that. Yeah. I guess with Disney, like we had our bags in like a couple hours after getting on the ship.
I don't remember that.
I think we did. It was pretty quick after we got on the ship. It was before we went to dinner. So
I don't know. And depending on where you are on the ship, maybe you got them sooner. I did see some people get there sooner than we got ours, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against the ship or like getting our bags. It just, we didn't have our bags.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. Yeah. I mean, you don't really need them. So
No.
But yeah, so we did bring Halloween costumes.
Yeah. Did not wear them.
We did not wear them because we didn't get our bag.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. We didn't want to change.
But then we went up for the Cellaway toast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which Jose came out and did a little spiel. Lamb of God came out, said hi to everyone. They passed out shots of something. You think it was the non-alcoholic we got?
Yeah,
was there an alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
So I think the red one was alcoholic and the purple one was non-alcoholic.
Okay.
And we had the purple one and it just tasted like grape Kool-Aid.
I don't know. I enjoyed the taste of it, whatever it was.
I did too, but it was just sugary. I don't think it was
I didn't
alcohol.
taste any alcohol, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but.
And we were standing on deck 13 on stage left, on the corner there where it sort of looped around, not quite behind the stage because they actually had like a little TV screen or
they did for the first couple days, yeah.
It was really cool because you can look down behind the stage and you would see like Randy hanging out down there and shaking hands with everybody and just
the whole band was down there and like I think what's his name, Braun from Mastodon I think walked through and it was really cool to be in that corner right there.
Yeah, like,
and the municipal waste was right there because they
were right there as well. And then they went on and put on the first show of the going out.
Yeah, because Lamb of God came out to do the Cellaway toast, which is basically just like they were like,
"Hey, we're leaving."
Well, yeah, like or like I think they were like, "So we rented this boat for you guys." Yeah. It was funny. So yeah, then Municipal Waste went on and put on the first show of the night. Yeah, and it was or the cruise, I guess.
It was a few tracks in that I didn't realize we were moving. I didn't even know we were moving.
I had noticed because like I could see like a crust, and it was like.
I mean, that's when I noticed slowly. When I looked across and saw the landscape moving, but I didn't feel it, and I didn't
feel it either.
I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just paying attention to them, and then I looked up. I'm like, oh shit, we're moving.
Yeah.
And eventually they were like, oh shit, we're moving.
Yeah. They made a joke that they had like a Taco Bell order coming or something like, but I remember when doing our cruise last year, which was our first cruise, that I was so nervous about like the ship moving, and then this time I was just like, come on, let's go, like hurry up and go. I was just ready for it to start.
Yeah, same. I was super fucking excited as I said, like was so looking forward to this for so long, and then it's finally happening. So like, fuck yeah, let's go. But yeah, Municipal Waste, a band we haven't really checked out before, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
And they set the stage fucking perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, just they came out and it was sort of like the attitude of, we could put on the worst show of our lives and it's still going to be one of the best shows. Like, they were just having fun with it, and it was like, fuck it, life is on pause right now. We're just having fucking fun.
Yeah, I feel like every band did that where, I mean, the shows that we saw anyways, where it was like, we're on vacation, we're playing a show, but we're still on vacation.
We're technically on work, or we're technically working, but also not working at the same time. We're on vacation,
and everybody was in the same mood, so it was just like, like we're just all here to have a good time.
Right, like who gives a shit? We can fuck up, and you guys won't give a shit because you're happy, we're happy. Yeah. Like, and it, like, just their attitudes and the show they put on was so fucking good. I loved it. It was. Yeah. Oh, it's so fucking awesome. And like I said, it just set the mood perfectly for like what to expect for this trip.
Yeah.
Before they took the stage, I even think before the Cellaway toast, like they had a little audio announcement come on. It was like, crowd surfing is not allowed. If you are caught crowd surfing, you'll be warned. If you're caught again, you'll go to boat jail. And the thing
I don't think it said that.
I'm pretty sure it said boat jail.
I thought it said removed from the venue.
All right, maybe. Boat jail, same thing.
I like boat jail better.
And they said it like 8 times in a row. It just kept repeating on a loop.
Yeah, it did.
They did it at other shows too, but eventually it got fixed and they only did it once.
Once, yeah.
Maybe that was intentional that first time to like reiterate, like, don't crowd surf, don't crowd surf, don't crowd surf.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is, especially with the boat rocking back and forth, it's much more dangerous, and we don't want people getting hurt because all of a sudden the boat like quickly jerks.
That could be. But also, except for the main stage, there was no barrier from the stage. So if you're crowd surfing, you're
Also
pretty much like
yeah.
ending at the stage.
Yeah.
And they don't want anybody.
People on the stage.
They don't want people on the stage, yeah. But no, I get what you're saying. I think it was more of a safety concern.
I mean, the venues always tell you not to do it
yeah.
because of safety and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of, like, when they kept saying it over and over and over, I was like, oh, they really mean it this time. Don't do it.
I thought so too. But
yeah, then the new Switch comes on. They're like, we're not playing this next song until somebody crowd surfs.
Yeah.
And eventually, go ahead.
But then they saw Jesus. Well, there was like 3 people dressed as Jesus that
G's
day.
eyes. Yeah, there are 3 G's eyes.
G's eyes. Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Well, yeah, like G's eye is like the plural of Jesus. It has to be. It's like index. The plural of index is indices. So like the plural of Jesus is G's eyes.
G's eyes.
Definitely.
Okay. One Jesus was like pointed out by the band. It was like, Jesus, get him up. And so like he crowd surfed. And then a couple other people did it too.
A couple of the other Jesuses or G's eyes went up too. But when the first one went up, the best joke of the fucking that I've heard in a long time, honestly, was they get Jesus up on crowd surfing and they're like, Jesus has risen, or he has risen.
He has risen, yeah.
And it's like, fuck, that is like,
yeah.
so fucking quick and like witty and like just
Yeah.
on point. Like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. The Jesus kept crowd surfing, and I don't know where I was, but I heard somebody over talking either to that Jesus or a Jesus, and basically like, how'd you get away with that so many times? And they're like, well, when you had the permission of the band, they're okay with it.
That was on our excursion, because on the way back.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, on the way back from the excursion, the first Jesus that crowd surfed was next to us on the boat right back. So
yeah, I don't know, that it was a blast. Like I said, that set just it set the mood for the entire fucking trip.
Yeah, and that has to be so awesome to be the first band to play.
Oh, for sure.
Because everybody's out there.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It was really cool.
So we left the set just a little bit early to go standing in merch.
Oh yeah.
But the line for merch was basically right next to the stage, so we didn't miss any of the set.
Yeah. So merch was supposed to open. Well, they had the time listed as 5:00.
Yep.
But then we found out that it had to be like an hour after setting sail, which
roughly
was
an hour,
which was a lie. So we think it was the boat has to be past a certain point for it to open, and I think that has to do with like duty or like taxes.
Yeah.
Or like shop hours and shit.
So like one of the flyers we saw that said doors for merch were 5 p.m. as you said, and then like they had a little thing on the door that said 5:30. And then,
did it say 5:30?
It may have said approximately an hour after.
Well, somebody went and asked.
Okay.
And then they came back to line and said, oh, it's going to be approximately an hour after sailing. And at that time, it had already been an hour after sailing.
I think it opened about 5:36 or something. I think that's when you looked at your watch and you're like, it's 5:36, it opened. Because the line did shift up a little bit.
Did it move then?
And I did see a guy come out with a poster tube and a bag of like shirts and shit.
Yeah.
But the line went so goddamn slow.
Yeah. And when we were in line, before the doors even open, we were debating on going to see God Forbid or not.
Yeah, my fear was I wanted to get a poster, and my fear was they were going to sell out the poster super fucking quick.
But they didn't.
By the end, they did not.
But yeah, I get where you're coming from there. So I went and saw God Forbid for
a few songs.
And I came back, and you hadn't moved at all. So
very little. We eventually get into merch. It was kind of pissing me off how slow it was going. I didn't understand what was happening. And they have windows and shit up all over the place. It's like, why don't you just post pictures of what shirts are? That way when you get up to the line, you're not like, oh, what do I want? Well,
because when you're outside, you don't realize, you think it's like a normal merch stand where it's just like all the shirts.
A wall of shirts.
Yeah.
But it's not. You get in to, like, they took over the library of the boat for this. And it's like a little shop.
It is, yeah.
That you walk around, you pick up the shirts, you can feel everything. Because I know some people like get shirts, they want to feel them before buying them and like check the sizes out. And then once I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I understand why it's going slower now. Because they would only let so many people in.
Yeah. Because everybody's doing their shopping, basically. Yeah. Which is kind of cool. It was a cool experience. I've never experienced that before.
I didn't know what to expect, and it was just going so slow, so I was getting pissed because I'm missing music, and I want to see music.
Yeah. And there's no communication around it.
Very little, very little
Yeah.
communication.
The only
around it.
reason why we knew that the store was going to open after like an hour after sailing was because the one person came back.
Yep.
And it was a patron came back and told us. It wasn't like somebody walking the
Yep.
line or something. So,
anywho, got our merch. You took it down to the room.
Yeah.
I went out. Mastodon had already started, so
Yeah.
we missed all of God. I missed all of God Forbid, and the first little bit of Mastodon. I don't know when I came back, but I got to see Mastodon. They were in costume, like caveman costumes.
Caveman, yeah, that was awesome.
It was
Very
an
fitting.
awesome set that I saw. Like it was a blast. Once I got out of merch and like understood what merch was, I got in a better mood. And then once I finally got out and could go see music again, I was like, all right, I'm back to normal. I can, I'm good. Let's go. Let's have fun. But I got the poster. I was worried about that. And as you said, by the end, we popped in again to check out merch and they still had posters.
Yeah.
A lot of the shirts were gone.
They were, yeah.
But they still had the posters,
Yeah.
which is the main thing I wanted.
Yeah.
So no for next time if we end up doing this again or something like this again.
Yeah, just go the next day or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the next C day because it's open the whole day.
Yeah.
Well, because spoiler, our schedule got changed, so the next day was not a C day, but it was supposed to be.
Yeah. After Mastodon, I think we got some food. We left there, set a little bit early, grabbed a little bite at the cafe, and then went down to see Shadows Fall at the Stardust Lounge. Super awesome set. Like I said, they were one of the main reasons I bought tickets to this because like holy fuck, I only saw them once, and that was my first GA show, my second show ever, and I was like, fuck, they put on an amazing show if I remember right. Like I can't fucking wait to see these guys. They were at Milwaukee Metal Fest, but that got announced after, so like we knew what their set was going to be like, and super excited to see them again. We ended up sitting in the balcony for that one, I think, for that first one.
Yeah, we did.
But again, like an amazing set, and it just like we talked about with Municipal Waste, just like the energy and the happy feelings and everything just carried over, and every band was feeling that, and Shadows Fall was fucking feeling it too.
Yeah.
After them, I went up to see Guar.
Yep. And I went to check on bags, I believe. Or
put our clothes away, like empty our bags and get like the room settled and whatnot. Because again, you don't want to see. You didn't care for Guar as much.
Yeah, I didn't really care. I mean, we've seen them before, and I'm just not that into it. But I think not that our whole schedule even matters, but between food and Shadows Fall, we did stop at the room. The bags were there, so we just shoved them inside the room.
Yeah, you took the merch back down, I think, after.
No, because the bags weren't there yet.
Oh, they weren't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
But anyways, so I went and put stuff away. You saw the whole Guar set, basically.
Yeah. And that's where so in Merchline, we heard somebody talk about, because of weather, there's switching days or something. We didn't really know what was going on there. When I was waiting for Guar, there was a father and son talking to them. Father bought tickets for his son's 17th birthday, and they're there together and just hanging out and having a fucking blast, which was awesome to hear. But talking to them a little bit, and they were talking amongst themselves saying the same thing, like, oh yeah, excursions are tomorrow. And I was like, wait, I thought they were the next day. Like, oh no, weather, bad. They're expecting bad weather, so they flipped the 2 days. I was like, when you say flip, it's just like everything's the exact same, just different days. Yep. Oh, all right, cool. Thanks for letting us know. How'd you learn about this? Like, we got an email. I checked our email. I don't think I saw one unless it was buried somewhere in something, but I did not know that.
All of our emails, and I did not see one. I even checked the spam, and I didn't see one. So
yeah, I don't.
Not sure there.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, same thing.
Whatever.
But
we found out.
We found out
because metalheads are awesome, and just share the information.
Yeah. So ended up watching Guar. You came back up, checked out that set.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It was fun. So for that one, we stood on the 14th deck, like on the sun deck.
Yeah, the 14th on the sun deck, above that back bar.
Yeah, and like look down, and that was really fun to actually see. Like
you could look down over to the pools, which was super fucking awesome to see people in the hot tub just like jamming out, having fun. People in the pool doing the same thing. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a really cool view.
They had everything fucking covered because Guar's bloody, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Even the carpet in the hall, they put plastic down in the hallways for the carpet because they're like, we're not fucking ruining
Security was covered in like
so
in ponchos.
Before Guar went, I must have went to the stage because I saw the security in ponchos, and I was like, is it gonna start raining? So maybe I walked through that or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I even thought like, oh, it's probably going to start raining or something. 'Cause they're in ponchos. And then it didn't click until I walked up there that, duh, like they're not going to get covered in blood.
There, like I was on the rail at that 14th deck next to that father and son like I was talking about. And there were employees behind us or staff behind us just standing there watching over our shoulders. And like the dad turned around like, did they warn you about this, what you're about to see? And they're like, yeah. They were excited to see what the fuck was going to happen. Everybody, like all the staff that was not working or had like a free moment or checking it out and enjoying themselves all through the fucking weekend.
Yeah, the whole weekend. Like the staff
or I guess trip.
The whole week. Because it was during the week. But yeah, so like the staff was into it as well. I think that was my favorite thing is the first day walking by like some staff members and they were like banging their heads and stuff and I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, because I figured that they would be like, fuck, we have to be on this boat with this music, this sucks.
And was it that Sylvia party where Randy's like, we like talking to the staff and they love these cruises the most because you guys are genuine,
that was
polite.
That was the second night during their first set,
right?
He said that,
because then he's like, we've been asking them how things have been going, and they're like, everybody's fucking awesome. He's like, thank you for being who you are. Like, we always talk up metalheads, how awesome they are. Thank you for not letting us down. Like, we know you're awesome.
Yeah.
And you're just proving it over and over.
We've actually heard that a lot this year about like from different venues or different things where like they like seeing the rock concerts or the metal concerts because the fans are so much better than other.
We were in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yes,
talking about that at the Rob Zombie show.
Yeah,
the merch lady was like, I like the metal shows the best.
Yeah.
The country shows are the worst.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So to see even like the whole, well, maybe not the whole staff of the boat, but everybody on the boat was like the same way. And I would even say that just from a patron on the boat, I never once saw like angry people or like people getting mad at somebody or, you know, like at staff member, nothing. Like everybody was just genuinely so nice and kind and it was so awesome.
So I think it's during Testament, the next act we saw, down in the Stardust Lounge again, where, I think it may have been Shadows Fall, where like a little pit started opening up. And again, there's not much room down there for a pit to open.
Oh, yeah.
So like a pit opened up and I think one of the Jesus, the security came over and was like, you need to like calm it down a little bit or something like that. And I just saw him like give the security a high five and a quick hug and then like turn to his friends like, we need to calm it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
And same with, there was a crowd surfer there. And as you said, like there's no barrier. So it was sort of like you go up and you go back. And then they're like, all right, you're done after that. Like, oh yeah, we're good. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So like even when like the security would come tell you like, all right, you need to stop, people are like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Sorry. I'm just having fun, not realizing what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But even to like the bartender, everybody was just like everything that I saw anyways was like super, super kind.
Super. Yeah. I agreed. Same thing. Yeah. As I said, Testament was after Guar down at the Stardust Lounge or Stardust stage. I keep calling it a lounge. It's a theater, not even a stage.
Yeah. Stardust does sound like it should be like a lounge.
Yeah, it does.
Not a theater.
But yeah, Testament, our first time seeing Testament live.
Yeah. I, at first, because they had corpse paint on their face for the first show.
Oh, they did. No, it was some corpse paint as well as Kiss.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Duh. We were in this in the stands for that, or in the seats for that as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, so at first when I saw that, I was like, do they always paint their face? I don't remember ever seeing them paint their face because, you know, a lot of 80s bands do, or did.
Images with their face.
Yeah. But I was just like, I don't remember seeing that. But no, it's Halloween.
Yeah, you forgot it was Halloween there for a second.
Yeah. Your day you don't think about the day at all when you're on the boat.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, fuck. Shadows Fall. I forgot. Our friends from the pre-party.
Oh,
they come down.
Right. Yeah.
He was telling us at the pre-party, he's like, you guys going to dress up? And we were like, yeah, we're going to dress up, but we didn't.
Yeah.
And are you? Yeah. I'm going as Dr. Roxo. I don't think it's going to go over that well, or people aren't going to know what it is. I was like, you're going to be fine. And I think even you were like, I don't know. This crowd, they're a bit older. Maybe they don't know.
The pre-party crowd was a little older.
I mean, the whole boat was like, that was always the joke going on of like, you guys are over 40. The average age here is over 40. We're on the same level here. We both know our bodies hurt and we don't do the same shit anymore. But he comes walking down and
like down the stairs to
Brian's
the
like,
area.
holy shit, it's Dr. Rock show.
Yeah.
He does cocaine.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was,
Yeah.
Oh,
that was so much fun. Yeah, that was fun.
And then getting back to Testament, they put on at this set, I think was the first album in its entirety.
Yes. Yep.
A later set, they did their second album. But again, like you can do these fun, unique little things where you don't necessarily have to do all your normal set. You can like, fuck it, let's play with new songs and let's play shit we haven't sung in forever.
Yeah.
First time seeing them, super awesome set. Again, is this a traditional like Testament set? I don't know. We've never seen them. I feel like this was probably better because of, again, the energy and just sort of the, fuck it, let's just, there's nothing to lose. Doesn't matter how shitty we play. This is going to be a fucking amazing time.
Right.
And again, that energy, that attitude that they had was like, fuck it. We're here to have fun. You're here to have fun. It doesn't matter what happens. We're going to have fun.
Right.
Yeah. And that was the last music that we saw that night for like a live music.
Live music. Yeah.
As I said, we did stop by the Jesse Leach and Goddess Purple performance in the atrium. And I did feel like this was so much better.
Yeah.
Than the pre-party.
Yeah. I even think from the amount that we saw, like even the choreographed, well, I'm going to say choreographed dancing. I'm sure it was. But like the choreographed dancing with the songs was even, in my opinion, better. It just was better all around than.
So at the pre-party, it was sort of like play a song and dance while the song's playing. And then there's a little bit of a break. Then dance with the next song, a little bit of a break. This was, the little bit we did see was song, dance, transition to the next song into another dance and stuff like that. Again, we didn't stay that long. We were both kind of tired and like, we have a long day tomorrow. Let's go hang out and just go to sleep. I do kind of wish I would have stayed for it. I don't know.
I would agree. I think every night, well, not every night, but a couple nights, like we kind of got wound down and we're like, especially the first night, I think we were both like, we're tired because we got up early. We got up early like 3 days in a row for
the traveling
everything.
To get to Miami and then the traveling to get onto the boat. Like, again, like we didn't need to get there that early.
No.
Next time we do a cruise, show up late. Like not late, but
just get a later time. There's no reason to get that early time.
Because soon after we got on, we looked down into the lobby area or the terminal area. And there's nobody. People were just walking straight on.
Yeah.
They would get through security and walk straight on. And you don't have your room. You don't have anything to do anyway. So it's like, fuck it.
But anyways, so we decided to call it an early night. Well, I'm saying early night. It was probably 1.
No, it was probably 12, 20-ish.
Really?
It wasn't that late.
Oh, I thought every night the last band got done at like 12:15.
Maybe. I honestly can't remember. Actually, I have my phone with the schedule printed out. Ta-da.
Schedule's right here.
All of it? Or just that first day?
Jesse Leach started at 12:15. Testament was at 10:45.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, it was probably 12:30 or so.
Probably after that, even.
You think so?
Yeah, because we went to the casino for a little bit, and then we went out and saw the...
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
We didn't stay that long. We didn't see it to the end, but yeah. All in all, though, for like a first day, this was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I had such a blast.
Yeah. I was so ready for day 2 already.
Yeah. And day 2, as we said, was our excursion day.
Yes. Yeah. Or a port day, I think they call it.
Port day, yeah.
Which we went to Nassau, Bahamas.
Yep. Get up, grab some breakfast.
I had to admit, I got up really early that day because like once I was like, I saw some light coming through the curtain and I was like, are we here? And like I opened and then I was just awake.
Then you were awake.
I couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah. I don't know. I could have probably slept.
I know you could have, yeah.
But yeah, when we did get up, we did go grab some breakfast because that was still going on in the buffet area. Got a couple drinks and then just walked out, decided to get off the boat and go wait because we had to be there at noon, I think. We had to be there by noon to like take the take the ferry or whatnot to the island. We did
Yeah.
Pearl Island.
We did Pearl Island, like the beach escape or something.
Yeah.
Which they had other things. Like they had like pigs.
Swimming with the pigs, which also went to that port area.
Scuba diving.
Yep.
Well, maybe not scuba, but snorkeling.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit you could do.
Yeah.
This was, so when we booked it originally, you said it was like 9:30.
Yeah, like it was supposed to be in the morning because I was really worried about getting up like super early. Because I was like, oh, if we're at a band until 1 a.m. and then we had to get up and be on the deck at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or whatever it was, I was like, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, but it was noon when we got our ticket to like get on the thing.
Yeah, and I think that is because the days got switched.
I think that too, because when we got to the place, there were already a bunch of people there on the Pearl Island from other cruise ships, not just ours. There were 6-7 boats in port that day.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
So there were people there from all of the cruise lines, and they had already eaten lunch. We got there, we ate our lunch first right away, and then soon after we got there, it seemed like it cleared out quite a bit in terms of people being there.
Because like boats were like going back the whole time.
Yep.
They were there.
We found a spot. We kind of hung out there, went swimming for a little bit, got drinks before even doing all that. We sat in the chairs for a little bit and just relaxed. And then I went to go get another drink, and they had basically closed down the bar.
Yeah, yeah. Because we sat at the end of the island, not where the lighthouse is, but the other end. My direction is really messed up, so I don't know what end it was, but it was very quiet down there.
The far end from where you get off on the boat.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like it was just a handful of us left on the island. So I do think you're right where, because it changed, they normally would have closed down because it seemed like they were closing everything down.
Yeah, they were picking up all the chairs, like everything. All the stands were closed down.
Yeah, so I think it was like we want you to come, but normally we're closed at this time. But because of that, we did leave later. I think we got on our boat back to the cruise ship around 4:30.
Probably 4:30, yeah. Yeah.
And we were walking through almost to our boat, and then you hear Hatebreed come on because they were leading off the set that night.
Like once we got back to the port, it was because it's probably a 30-minute boat ride at
30-minute boat ride.
And then once we got back to the port, like I saw that it was almost 5:30, and that's when Hatebreed was supposed to go on, which was supposed to be the time we left, but we weren't back. But anyways, so like you could hear Hatebreed as we walked up.
Yeah, and then that was kind of disappointing because we were going to go shower and change clothes and whatnot. So we did miss all of that Hatebreed set. You could hear it from the balcony where we were sitting, but we missed that set, and I was super excited for it.
Yeah, I wanted to see that set too.
But oh well, there's other opportunities to see them. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
They had to do this change so you could do the excursions because of the weather and whatnot, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, like our cruise last year, one day got canceled, port day got canceled because of weather. So I'm kind of glad that they switched it so that we could have a port day. But we just missed the music. Yeah.
Oh well. We did make it to the next set, which was Malevolence.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I believe that was down at Magnum's. That was our first time at Magnum's.
Yes, the bar, right? The not Atrium Bar, but the.
Yeah, that was down there. Again, that might have been when I had the idea of like, oh, it'd be fucking awesome to see
Lamb of
God or Mastodon or somebody play this stage. Like it's so small and intimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't do it because I don't know. It was pretty condensed in there, but it was a lot of fun. It was awesome to see. It was an awesome set. A new band for us.
Yeah, I never even heard of Malevolence, so it was really cool to see them and be introduced to them. Yeah.
After that, we made our way to the atrium for Dying Wish.
Yes.
And I think we saw them at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
I think you're right.
And I remember seeing them and being like, this band is fucking awesome. I like this a lot.
I don't remember having the same feeling, but seeing them on the ship, I was like, this band is fucking awesome.
Yes.
So I don't know what the difference is, but it could be the intimacy because I think at Metal Fest or Milwaukee Metal Fest, they may have been on the main stage in the ballroom.
I think they were. If it's the band I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it was them on the main stage. It was also though like the last day, and we were already pretty beat.
Yeah, that was It was a long story. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it was just a long weekend in general of
Yeah.
like amazing music again, and just by the end, you're like, I need a nap. But I'm gonna push through because Lamb of God's later tonight.
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I'm getting those days mixed too, but I'm pretty sure that
I think you're right. Yeah. But yeah, seeing them here because it was on the atrium stage, I think.
yep,
Diane Wish was, and oh my god, they were fucking fantastic.
it was so fucking good. I had such a blast. You hung out in the back a little bit, and I kind of got closer into like the edge of the pit.
Yeah. Next year I gotta figure something out because I really wanted to wear sandals the whole time, but that's not really good for pits.
Why do you want to wear sandals?
I don't know. I'm on a boat and I don't want to wear tennis shoes.
You wear sandals then, like, I don't know.
But then I can't be in the pit.
Sure. Plenty of people were.
My little toesies.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I know.
I don't know what to say. After that awesome set by Dying Wish, the only time we saw them, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, we our goal was to see every band at least once, and they were some bands we saw multiple times. They were one of the bands we only had to see once, or only got to see once.
Only could, yeah, yeah. We actually made a schedule before going, so
Right.
that we like kind of knew.
Basically,
who
took
to
the
see.
schedule they had online, put it into an Excel document where each tab was a day,
Yeah.
and then like color coordinated things. Like the red ones are the ones we are going to.
Yeah, so that we could see every band once.
Yep, that was the goal. After that, I think was the Lamb of God set, their first set.
Yeah, and we went down because we were pretty close to the stage. We were on the right side of the pit. So
We were stage left. Yep.
Yeah. But we were pretty close. I mean, I didn't realize until seeing it like the next day. We were pretty close.
We were
to the
pretty
stage.
close, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, definitely not rail or anything, but
And then we were by that barrier you were talking about earlier. That would be the step down into the pool.
yes, yeah.
Where the pit really opened up, and the pit did open up for this.
Yeah.
To
Every
the,
song. It was awesome.
yeah, and to the point where like people were getting pushed into this barrier and being like and tripping over it, not getting pissed at by any means.
No,
They're like,
no.
oh, I'm still having fun, but I need to be careful. And you'd see people like put one foot up on it and then like brace themselves getting ready for it. Eventually, security came down, not to break up the pit, but to be that barrier between the people to like push back in.
Yeah.
So the people who wanted to like stand on the edge of the pit and watch the show could do so and have like that safety net of the security coming in and keeping things safe.
Yeah, I think it was all just they didn't want somebody getting hurt being pushed over that edge more than like stopping the pit or anything like that. So,
Right, which I think is awesome to be like,
Yeah.
we're going to let you have your fun and do your
Yeah.
thing. We're also just going to be here to help other people be safe and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, we went to a show, I think Rockfest, where there was a pit and like the security just stood in the middle of the pit and they're like,
they like shut it down so quickly.
there's no fucking pitting going on.
Yeah.
But this one's like, go have your fucking fun. We're here to help you have
Yeah.
fun, keep you safe, keep other people safe. Like, have your fun. Let's just do it in a safe manner.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's going to come up later here after this Lamb of God set. But that was an awesome set. A typical Lamb of God set for what they're doing right now in terms of like a set list.
Yeah, a normal set list for that. Well, what we've seen this year anyways for a set list for them.
Open with the greatest opening song ever, Memento Mori. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Again, just a normal Lamb of God set. If you've seen them in the last like year and a half, 2 years, this is the show you would have seen. But I'll see this show 100 fucking times.
My favorite thing was that Randy came out and is like, I'm Randy from a band called Lamb of God. And I think, again, he said, like, we rented this boat for you. But, like, everybody just laughed because we're like, yeah, we know who you are. Like, that's why we're here. Maybe that's not why everybody was there, but, you know.
A
like,
lot of people for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
There for the other bands, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just liked, because that's in their normal show, like a talking point in their normal show. And I love that they brought it onto the boat as well.
Just kept it going. Yeah. I don't know, fucking awesome set.
No, it was so cool. The only bad thing is, and we'll get to this for day 3, but I was starting to get seasickness.
You were getting hit hard
Like,
too.
Yeah, like I was doing okay, but like if I would headbang or like move around or anything, I would just get so nauseous. And I was just like, I cannot throw up right now. I'm in the middle of all these people and I cannot leave. And nobody's going to like it if I throw up. So I kind of just stood still for a while just because I'm like, I can't move or otherwise I'm going to throw up. But it sucked.
Yeah.
So next year, or next time we go on a metal cruise or a band cruise, I'm taking Dramamine from the day we get to the airport until the end of the cruise.
And people had like those patches on their back.
Yeah, I might have to look
you need
into
to look into
those. I might look into those too. But day 3, Dramamine, after I took a couple pills, helped out so much. But I just feel like I didn't get the full Lamb of God experience because of that. Because I had a fantastic time. It was just like,
you didn't get the experience you wanted.
I wanted, yeah, because I had to stand still like an old lady.
Yeah, still a great fucking set. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
I awesome to see them on a boat. Awesome set. Like, it's so fucking cool.
It was cool. Yeah.
But then after that, we get to Shadows Fall again. One of the things I was hoping was to see all of their sets, because again, I hadn't seen them since the first time I saw them in 2004, and they were like one of the big bands for me getting into metal music originally. Yeah. So I was super fucking stoked to see them. And yeah, so we went down to that.
That was at the Stardust again.
Yeah, that was at the Stardust again. Because you were feeling seasick, you sat in the balcony again. Yeah. I wanted to get close to the floor, like on that little pit area. So I got like second row or something on like the wall, the barrier thing. Basically the first set again, just.
Yeah, they played like the same songs.
Maybe like 1 or 2 songs had changed. Yeah. I don't know where exactly they would have changed. Some of the sets are up on Setlist FM, so I'll go through there, and I do remember seeing like their set had changed like 1 or 2 songs, but I didn't give a shit. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was even, I mean, just as fun the second day as the
for
first
sure.
Day.
Yeah. It could have been 100% the same, and I would have been completely fine with it.
Yeah,
great performance, great energy and attitude again. I think Brian even came out and he said something along the lines of like, "This is day 2.5 for me because I went to the beach, did some swimming, then came back, got drunk, took a nap, woke up for this show, and ready to drink again. Let's go."
Yeah. I felt like it was 2 days too, honestly. Yeah. Like, it is so weird to go, well, not weird, but like to have an entire day where you're like going out, being at a beach or whatever excursion you chose to do, and then getting back on the ship, and then it's like day 2 started of like everything. So
I got 2 out of the 3 sets already, and I'm happy. If this was the last Shadows Fall set I saw, I'm happy. This was awesome. I got to see him again. I was so happy and had such a great fucking time during this set.
I wonder who got Brian's lock of hair.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had like, a little bit that was like just hanging on by a hair.
Yeah. A hair.
Literally.
Yeah, and he was like, "I'm not cutting it. Nature has to do its thing." And then he does a twirl, and then it's gone.
It's gone. He doesn't know where the fuck it went. Yeah, because he was joking like, "I'm gonna sell this in merch, $25."
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, again, that's just where like everybody on the boat, all the bands, everybody was just like there to have a good time, and it wasn't like I have to do XYZ to put on this show for these people. It was like we're just having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen bands where you see them multiple times on the tour, and it's more or less the exact same thing. The crowd banter, what you say is essentially the same. You might obviously welcome to, and you read the name of the city on the back of the guitar, right?
Yeah.
Get your free applause. But it wasn't like that here. It was like, fuck it. What's new today? Yeah. I got drunk. How about you? You guys drinking? Yeah. All right, cool. After this, I'm going to be at the bar. Let's go hang out.
Yeah.
And like, that's what it is, because even all the bands, like I think Braun from Mastodon was down here on this floor.
I think so. Yeah.
Watching this, like just right up there on the rail.
Yeah.
This is also Jesse came on. Jesse jumped on the stage for this performance and sung with Brian. And the security you were saying from the top was like about to charge the stage.
I could see the security on stage left, and then you said the security
stage right.
Yes. I'm so horrible at that. Anyways, I could see that guy, and like as soon as he jumped up on the stage, like he came around like he was gonna jump up on the stage and like tackle him. Yeah. But then
he got down, and the security on stage left, then like pulled him aside and was like, you're done. You're going to boat jail. We need to get you out of here. Like, you can't do that. And
I
he's
think
like,
you wanted to go to boat jail.
and he's like, no, it's cool. We're friends. He's like, yeah, everybody here's friends. You're not jumping on the fucking stage. Let's go. Get the fuck out. He's like, no. I'm in a band. We sing together all the time. This was like, it's cool. And then eventually, like, other people were like, oh no, it's completely cool. Like, and then even Brian came on and was like, Jesse, everybody. God damn, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, jumping on stage is always a big fucking no-no, regardless of where you go, something like this, because you're like right there on stage. I don't think I saw anybody even attempt to jump on stage.
So either. Everybody was so, like, again, everybody was so good and polite. And even, I think it's from Bleed from Within? No, it was the first night when we saw at the Magnum stage, because they had Pathways.
Magnum stage was this night. We haven't seen the show. This is our first night seeing Magnum stage.
We saw Malevolence there,
No, we did not. Malevolence was this night also.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Before seeing Dying Wish and then before Lamb of God.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. So on the Magnum stage, sorry, we're just jumping around now, but they had like pathways so people could walk through, and it was like in pink tape. And so you could not stand on that. And when I first walked up, and whatever, it must have been during Malevolence, earlier in the day then, or earlier in the night. But it's like everybody was just like not on the tape at all. And I so badly wanted to like take a picture or like videotape it and be like, metalheads are like rule followers. So what you're saying with the stage, like nobody tried to jump on the stage.
Yeah.
It's like, we all know what to do. Also, we don't want to get kicked off.
Right.
Or like, like sent to boat jail, whatever you keep saying. So yeah, I agree with you. Like everybody was very like,
nobody's trying to jump on the stage.
Yeah, like
and
nobody's trying to like break the rules. That sounds so like,
you want to hang out with the performers, you can. Like they're going to be wandering around.
Yeah.
They encourage you to come up and talk to them and shit. So yeah.
Exactly.
You don't need to be on the stage and ruin the performance for somebody. But Jesse didn't ruin it. It was, you know what I mean? It was really cool. I really enjoyed that interaction with like the security after. Like, no, I'm sorry. This was just a spur of the moment thing. It's cool. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry type thing.
I mean, at least security didn't tackle him or something.
Yeah,
They didn't know.
Yeah,
you could tell that they didn't know. So
right. It was, I don't know. That was fucking awesome. Another great fucking set. I don't know what to say. Like everything we've seen.
I know.
None of the sets we saw during this thing.
No, nothing was horrible.
No, everything was fucking amazing.
Nothing was even like tinge bad. Like everything was fucking
or just
amazing.
Okay. Everything was just so fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, another Shadows Fall set. I'm happy with that. Then we go for Bleed From Within, and another band. Our first time seeing them. First time really hearing them.
From fucking Scotland.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until he started talking, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yep. Fucking awesome set.
That was so cool. I have to say that set may have been one of my favorites of the
I think so
entire
too.
ship.
I think so too. They were up there drinking, taking shots with each other, having just a blast. They're like, we're gonna play some covers for you because why the fuck not? And they come out and they do People Equals Shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, the crowd was fucking chanting and singing it. It was fucking phenomenal. And then they get done, they're like, that's our second time ever playing that song. Thank you for letting us do it and not like throwing us off the boat.
And again, it's like they just did whatever the fuck they wanted because we're all there just to have a good time. So where maybe if at like one of their shows, like they wouldn't be able to play that.
No, probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep saying like it was amazing, but it was like that's the only descriptive I had for it.
We have no other descriptive words except for it was amazing.
And they kept the night going with more covers. They ended it, I think, with Andrew WK, Party Hard, or whatever the fuck that song is. I know the song. I love it. It's a good song. But they ended up playing that. And similar to what we talked about with Lamb of God and security coming out, there was a security that came into the pit here to help keep it enforced.
Because this one had 2 pillars on the side as well.
Yes, yep.
So in those venues, we've been to a couple of venues like that where they have pillars in the middle of the floor, and it's not hard to pit because obviously you can, but it's just gives it like a barrier.
Yeah. But again, just there to help people have fun and keep people safe, people falling down, helping them up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So just there having a good time, and he was enjoying the music as well.
Too. Yeah. There was a couple of security guards that were really into the music, and one of them I even saw during on the last day, and like he was in the atrium, or not in the atrium, in the Stardust, and like I think he was supposed to be watching the crowd, but he like kept turning to the stage, and it's like I don't think you're supposed to be doing that, but it was all good.
Yeah, but for this guy with that Andrew WK song, like it started off and you know what song it is as soon as it hits. And it's like, and he was super fucking pumped and having a good time, but at the same time keeping an eye on the crowd and whatnot.
Yeah.
That just, I don't know, it was awesome. I loved seeing the security get into it and having fun, keeping everyone safe. It was a blast. Bleed From Within put on a fucking amazing set.
Yeah, like they will be in my rotation because I didn't know who they were, or I didn't know anything about them, and they were fucking amazing.
And this was the only set of theirs we saw, right?
Yes.
So another thing same thing with Dying Wish. I wish we would have been able to see more sets just like these guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just can't do that. You can't see everything.
Right. Yeah.
Because the headlining stage on the ship deck, when that's going on, that's like the only thing happening. Then there's 3 bands for the next hour that play at the 3 other stages.
Other stages, yeah. I mean, it's like almost any other festival where like multiple bands are playing at once, unless you only have like a 2-stage festival or something. But the thing that's awesome about this is it's not like these 40 bands play this day, these 40 bands play this day. You have, I think it was 15 bands. Is that right?
15 or 16. I can't remember exactly what the number is. Yeah.
And then, but like they play multiple times. So if you missed one set, it's not like, oh shit, like I missed them.
Or at another festival, it's you miss it.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's like, I'm going to use Riot Fest as an example. Like sometimes there's 3 bands going on at once. And if it happens to fall at a time that like you want to see all 3 bands, like, that sucks.
And of
unless
course,
you see like two, like a few songs from each one.
A couple songs from each one. And Riot Fest does that because they hate you as a person.
Yeah. Well, and that's why they choose shitty bands.
Right, exactly.
They just fucking hate everybody.
I love how they say that. It's so much fun. Day 2, so fucking fun. Again, it just carried over from day 1.
Day 2.1 and 2.2.
Yeah.
It was like 2 days.
My only complaint, again, missing Hatebreed.
Yeah.
Because of like the excursion.
Yeah.
But whatever, it is what it is. I still had a blast that day.
Yeah, it was a blast. I think maybe choosing a different excursion next time, because they have shorter ones.
Or no excursion at all, honestly.
I know.
There were people that were just exploring the city. That could have been fun, honestly.
Yeah. We'll have to see what we do in the following years. And then we get to day 3. We just ended with part 1. We decided to cut this into 2 episodes because it turned into a very long episode.
Yeah, it was like 3-4 hours by
3.5 hours. Yeah. So I decided, or I guess I kind of decided, whatever. We decided to cut it down. So we're at the end of day 2. So come back next week to hear about day 3 and day 4.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, bye.